My name's Jimmy.
What's up, you guys? Jimmy here, back at you with another review for Gotham Season 2. And this is the 10th episode, titled The Son of Gotham. Which, this episode, I would honestly say this was an amazing episode. Because, not just because of what happens in this episode, but also it leads into the mid-season finale. Which I'm especially looking forward to for the fact that we see a certain person for the first time in the show. Not going to say the name, just in case those of you are not aware, so it could be more of a surprise. But in this episode, we do see that Gallivan, he is released from jail because I guess he pulled strings, and the former mayor had changed his story that he told Gordon and the rest of the GCPD. So not only that, but he's mayor again as well, which he therefore kind of kidnaps Gordon, kind of leaving him there to die after telling him the plan. The stereotypical thing that a villain does. But luckily, Penguin was there to save the day, which I kind of wasn't expecting to see that happen. But also throughout the beginning part of the episode, we see Gordon and the rest of the GCPD dealing with members of the Order of the Saint Dumas, which is Gallivan's family. But I kind of would think that some people are just people that were brought into their order. Sort of like, because I believe that the Order of the Saint Dumas is pretty much the Court of Owls of the show, but who knows, it may be the second arc. Who knows? I mean, it could just be making us believe this could be, but it could be in the next arc of this season. So you don't know. But like I said before, this was definitely a great episode. A few things I'd like to mention. One is the little bit of a capture between Bruce and Silver, which when he talks about the guy that captured them both, talks about cutting fingers and pulling Bruce in there. I'm like, at first, when they're first captured, I'm thinking Silver or Gallivan was behind it. But then when it came to that, I'm like thinking, did somehow Alfred got in there to sort of save the day in his own way? But it was actually Bruce and Selena. So they were able to find out the name of the man who killed his parents. Which, if this is legit, it's not as we have seen from the comics, which it was like Joe Chill. So it's kind of, if this is true, this is a different take than what we've seen in comics. But, there are multiple characters we see in a different take than what we've seen them in the comics. Or in the movies as well. But, that was definitely something interesting to see that. And just seeing those previews for next week's episode, it kind of does make you think, did Bruce still have some sort of feelings for Silver? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out next week. And the other thing I would like to mention is when Alfred is trying to find where Bruce is, he goes to Galvan's place and he meets Tabitha, which they have their own fight, which I thought it was pretty awesome, just with Gordon and his sort of Secret Service sort of training, and, Tabitha with her sort of assassin-like training herself. You could definitely tell that she probably was surprised on how well that Alfred had kept up with her. But, that was definitely another thing, in the end. He did get hurt and ended up in the back of a dumpster truck. Luckily. Otherwise, he probably would be dying in the street, most likely. But, there's all the things that I really wanted to mention that I liked from this episode. But seeing that preview for next week's episode, it definitely gets me excited. It looks like we're going to see a team up between Penguin and his people, and even with the GCPD, or Gordon, at least. Which I'm definitely looking forward to that. You know, it seems I'm more excited for this one than I did for the season 1 finale. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of how much better this season has gotten in comparison. You know, and plus it's like 2 arcs in this season as well. But you know, one thing I kind of been wondering in this episode in regards to Penguin's father, this is all just a little theory, but could it be possible that Penguin's father is going to be the big threat in the second half? That's what I'm kind of thinking. You know, when I think more about it, it could be like maybe his father wants to take over. You know, I mean, who knows what his father had been doing all this time? You know, it could be like, oh, my son's the ruler of Gotham, is the boss of Gotham, and trying to take that from him. Maybe, but you know, definitely excited. We're probably not even going to see him until the second half of this season. But again, definitely excited. And that's pretty much it on my thoughts on the episode. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts and opinions on the episode, as well as if you noticed anything that I didn't mention, no matter if it's like great things from the episode or Easter eggs. Because, you know, knowing me, I don't catch every Easter egg. You know, I can catch the ones that are obvious as hell. But you can check out my past reviews on Gotham, as well as Arrow, The Flash, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all that great stuff and more. And also be on the lookout. Hopefully tomorrow, going to start on my reviews on Marvel's Jessica Jones, which I'm excited to finally review. You know, I've been kind of lazy here. But my name's Jimmy, and until next time, bye.